Here in Hong Kong, the Buildings Department has issued demolition orders for 4 old residential blocks in To Kwa Wan, triggering complaints by residents who say they can't pay for it. But the Urban Renewal Authority promptly announced a redevelopment plan for the area. The URA will also shoulder the demolition costs. Joao da Silva reports.
This elderly resident learned the hard reality of the future of her home. The notices are up at numbers 45, 47, 49 and 51 Kaiming Street, To Kwa Wan. Demolition work involving the buildings which share a support structure has to begin within 9 months. How can I afford to pay for it? This resident asks. I'm 80 years old and no longer have a job. The response came just hours later as the Urban Renewal Authority announced an early start to its demand-led redevelopment project for the area. The project was originally scheduled for the 2014-2015 financial year, so the early start means that the demolition costs are covered by the URA. But for the project to move ahead, it requires the approval of a majority of the owners there.
So what we are proposing now, in fact, is just to advance 4 months. And we think that by advancing for 4 months, the owners will be released, not entirely from this responsibility. But at least if they decide and if they can come together in 80% consent, then we can help them. So now, in fact, it is for them to help us to help them.
Happy with the URA's decision, this man said he's expecting to receive an offer from the URA amounting to at least $12,000 per square foot. He estimates that when the new development is finished, the price per square foot there will be around $16,000. But before it can go ahead, the plan will have to get the Secretary for Development's stamp of approval. Built in 1957, the 6 blocks covered by the URA plan are considered to be in relatively poor condition. Last August, dozens of residents had to move out from this building behind me after the authorities deemed it too dangerous. Now, if the URA plan goes ahead, an estimated 64 households along this street will be affected. The plan promises to turn the 500 square meter site into 72 small to medium-sized residential units. It will also include commercial, government and community facilities. Joao da Silva, TVB News.